Yeah, I'll just remind you that at the beginning of running ads, you're gonna lose some money, like, cause you literally just have to
Okay.
figure out which keywords convert and which ones don't. So you're basically buying the data at the beginning, and then as you
Yeah.
start to get some data, then you optimize and you just start to turn off everything that's not working and just keep going with the stuff that is working.
This is the one kind of works the most. Like if you look at the clicks, like in general, I have 30 clicks, and then I have 8 sales. And a specific keyword, I have 2 clicks and I have 1 orders. And then the other one that you did, that's with 12 cents or something.
Yeah.
We don't have any clicks or anything like that. We have impressions, 47.
Okay.
And then nothing really came. Nobody engaged with that. I don't know, whatever the reason. But this general seems to have the most.
Okay, let's click into the general one first. So this is what we want to do. It's okay to look at it from the campaign level, but I want to go in and see how each keyword's performing, because the ones that perform well are the ones we want to know about, and then we want to turn off the ones that aren't. So yeah, I go in and click total targets, and that takes you to the keywords. Can you scroll down all the way to the bottom? And let's see, scroll. That one has 1 order.
This one has 1 order.
What's the ACoS on this one?
Is 36 too high?
So the way you have to answer that is you have to know what your profit margin is. So what your ACoS is saying, the percentage that it shows is the percentage of your retail price that it had to spend in order to make the sale. So the way you have to do it is you've got to really know your numbers, because that's what this is all going to be about, is your ACoS profitable for you or not. So number 1 is, like, are the keywords converting, and then once they are they converting profitably? The way you're going to tell that is by your ACoS. So you've got to look at the percentage, which on the sleeping aids for, I can't read the rest of it, but the one with a 22% ACoS, you've got to take your price point of your product, which is $29.99, multiply it by your ACoS, which is 22.56, and that's where you get the 6.77, which is how much you had to spend. That's what the ACoS translates to, $6.77 per sale. So that's how much you're spending.
And this one, the other one is even worse.
Right.
This one is 36%.
Yep. But yeah, so that would be 36% times $29.99, and then you got to figure out if that's profitable for you or not. But typically, like, so I've my personal products that I've had some run with high 30s ACoS that are profitable. And then I've had some run at, much lower than that, 10%, 14%. And then obviously the lower the ACoS, the better.
Sure.
So what I would do, and we can do this if you want, but I'd go through your numbers and figure out at which ACoS do you break even, and then above and below that is where you start to make money or lose money.
The only thing is that, for example, if you look at all the keywords, there's only really 2 keywords is kind of worked, right?
Yeah. So
there's not only one people click. The other ones people didn't even click, or we don't even have too much thing happening in the other keywords.
Yeah. So I would pull up the impressions column so you can see if the ads are actually getting shown, and then I've got a couple thoughts on why that's happening, why they're maybe not getting shown. Yeah, customize columns. Yeah.
You see, for example, this one, Luna Sleep, we get 82. Natural Sleep 15, like this one is 15. 1. There are some, it shows, but people don't even click on it, But if it shows, it doesn't mean that they're charging us money. So
correct, yeah. But you want them to get shown. You want people to click. So there's a couple of things that could be going on here. So if you remember the last time we talked, I said make sure and come back in pretty much every day and check the keywords, because
Yeah,
Amazon will sometimes just keep spending on one keyword without spreading the budget out through the rest of them. And I think that might be
got it.
slightly what's happened right here, because if you look at the one product that's converted 7 times, the one keyword, sorry, I should
Yeah,
say, that's converted 7 times, that's for $87 out of the 102 that's been spent on the whole campaign. So that's what, 95% of the budget has just
correct.
been going straight to that keyword. So um and Amazon, sometimes Amazon does that. I mean, that's why I kind of recommend just to go in and keep an eye on it. So that could be happening. And then another thing is some of the you still might want to set your bids higher. When I'm not getting impressions, if I think my bid might be kind of low, I'll just throw it like a whole dollar over whatever the suggested bid is. I look at that 36% ACoS as a good sign, because that's on a very high volume, expensive keyword, and you've made 7 sales that are close to break even. You're losing some on them, but it's close, and it's like a brand new, fresh listing, not a lot of reviews built up on it. So I look at that as a good thing, but yeah, maybe a little bit expensive right now. So a couple things you could do with that keyword: you could just turn it off so it's not running at all, or you could lower the bid amount to where it's making Amazon work harder at finding you sales for a lower bid. But you also might start running into, yeah, you also might start running into, now you've set it too low and it's just not going to show it at all for that keyword.
Yeah,
But
we play with that to see.
yep, you play with it. Um, yeah, and then also if it does continue to really just keep feeding that keyword, again, I'd then maybe come in here and turn it off and put it in a different campaign or something, just so then you can leave Amazon to test all of these other keywords, because right now that one's just been hogging all the budget. But I think since you've dropped the bid, that should take care of the hogging the budget issue.
My listing eventually starts ranking better and better, right? I mean, like, for example, when I go here, Celebro, and I see that every time I look at it, I get more keywords organically, because that's the plan, no? And ultimately, you're gonna be ranked naturally, so you see, I have 1,387 organic keywords, and I'm becoming like in the organic. A lot of things are coming like in the first page, second page. Is that how it's supposed to be, or?
Yeah, absolutely.
It goes better and better. Okay.
And so some of these keywords now you might want to go throw it in as campaigns, as advertising campaigns.
I see.
Cause so like
Uh,
whatever that one keyword is that's converting at 22%, that's profitable
yeah.
for you. So basically what we want to do is go find a bunch of keywords, throw them all in, and find all the ones that have an ACoS of 1 to 27%. And that's
So
the game.
would you just pick up all these things and throw everything in there?
Yeah, I would. You know, I'd read through
Okay.
and delete out ones that are just obviously not supposed to be in there and don't make sense. But yeah, any that it's recommending here, I'd go throw them in and see what happens.
And then you start learning what's going on, which one's catching it and not catching it, and you keep them. Okay, perfect.
Exactly. But there may be a ton that don't work at all, but that's okay. At least in
Sure.
my eyes, that's okay at the beginning, because you're going to get rid of those ones so you don't lose money on them in the future. And in that process, you're going to find all the ones that are going to continue to make you money day after day after day.
So this is what people call the strategy of the PPC. You know, like everybody talking about the strategy, and that's what they do. They would do. If somebody would hire you for this, that's what you would do.
Yeah. Yeah, if someone hired me to run Amazon ads for them and optimize their campaigns, that's exactly what I do. It's what I do when I launch my products. Like I said last time, I'm aggressive about it. Um, so I'll get hundreds and hundreds of keywords, go throw them into ad campaigns, and then start to get the data back and see which ones convert profitably and which ones don't. And then I
Okay.
and then I just
All right.
keep optimizing the ones that are converting profitably. So then what
Got
happens
it.
is you've
And then
got
optimizing, what do you mean about the optimizing? Like you put them in the listing or you put them in the advertisement?
optimizing just means that I go in and do stuff so that so like I go into the ad campaigns and tweak some things so that the ACoS to help drive the ACoS down. Then like I'll also move some from a broad, I'll move them through different match types. I'll run it through a broad match type, an exact match type, and then also by optimize I mean that I'll find my most profitable, my best converting keywords in my ads campaigns, and then I'll go plug those into my listing, into the headline, into the title, the bullets, and the description. And then
Got
also
it.
and any other top performing keywords, I can go plug those in throughout my listing as well.
All right. Explain me this 1 second. If you can, the other day I saw this YouTube. Somebody was saying, "Oh, by using Celebro, I stole all the clients from my competition." How is that? Like, how does that work?
I think they're just using some fancy wording there because
Yeah.
you're stealing your keywords, you're stealing your competitors' keywords, and their keywords are their customers, right? Like those are the keywords that their customers are typing in to find them. So I think that's all that person's really trying to say is that with Cerebro, you can steal your competitors' keywords and steal their customers that way.
Yeah, but how do you steal that? I mean, like for example,
Oh,
I just put sleeping aid,
sure.
and then I run the
No, you just need to whoever's listing, like which seller do you want to look at?
I don't know, let's say sleeping aid. I guess this guy is the first one here.
That's an ad though.
No, this sponsored. This is an ad. Oh, let's go to Luna here. This one.
Yeah, so just click on them. If you scroll down to the table underneath, once that gets loaded, and click on keywords at the top of the table, that'll take you straight into Cerebro, but it'll run the search based off of the seller that you're looking at. So what it did is it threw their ASIN in there, which you can do that manually. You can just copy and paste their ASIN and come into Cerebro and search it.
Oh no, it's much
But
easier.
but I just had us click through to it, and so now it's gonna pull up all the keywords that Luna that listing we looked at is ranked for, and then remember we can look at the sales volume, the keyword with the highest sales volume for which they're ranked the highest, and that'll tell us where most of their sales are coming from.
So this is number 2. So this is 52,000 sleeping aid.
Yeah, so they're
They
ranked.
get a lot of sales with this sleeping aid, for example.
Yeah, exactly. That's got a 54,000 search volume, and they're ranked number 2 for it organically. So they're getting a lot of sales through that keyword.
And then you can start. Obviously, this is a super competitive keyword, I assume.
Yeah.
To be doing a promotion. So then you're gonna find basically the relation rules. I mean, then you're gonna find something. Sleeping aids for adults, extra strength, 16,000 search is in the 4th. So then you go to the PPC and then you put this in there basically.
Yep, exactly.
I see.
And then when people run that, when they type in that search phrase, you'll pop up, your ad will. Okay, we looked at the general, right? That's the one we looked at already.
Yeah, we looked at one.
Okay, yeah.
And we didn't look at a specific one yet.
Yeah, let's look at specific, and then let's scroll down to whichever one has orders.
I think orders. We got 2 orders. Wow, I didn't know.
Or you can just sort the orders column and it'll bring them up to the top. Oh, okay. So this is our more specific ingredients campaign that we put together. All right, let me see the ACoS on these. Ooh, look at that.
ACoS are very nice.
So that worked. That strategy worked pretty well, where we like kind of stayed away from the general type of keywords and said let's go after ingredient keywords. So that's definitely working because they've got. So let's see. The cost per clicks on those are 224, 187. Yeah. So what I like to do once they're converting at a really good ACoS, I like to give it a pretty high bid. So like the one you have set at 4, I'd leave that there. Yeah, and then that one I'd change to maybe like $3. Just because your listing obviously works well on that keyword, so we want to beat out anybody else who might be trying to bid on that keyword. I like to look at the spend column and just make sure that there aren't any that have already spent enough money where it should have made a sale and it didn't. So like that one spent $2, hasn't made a sale, but it's still got a few bucks to play with until it loses you money. But that one we were just looking at has only spent $2 so far, and so it could still spend some more and still be profitable for you. So I usually leave them on until they've passed over from profitable to okay, now this one can't be profitable. So like if a keyword has spent like $6, $7, $8 for you and hasn't made a sale, like I'd turn it off and call it a bad one.